how do you remain sane on the road? And if that is impossible, how do you sustain the insanity?
So how do we stay sane on the road, David? Thank you, sir.
The way that you keep a band happy is, certainly with older people, is firstly you don't play music on travel days because the concerts are compromised if you travel that day. You put them up in nice hotels that they would like to be in, and on long flights you put them at the pointy end of the plane. In other words, if you ask a band to suffer, they will play a tour, but when you ask those same people repeatedly, will you do another one and will you do another one, the answer at some point or other will be no, because life isn't worthwhile and life on the road isn't bearable. So you have to do everything you can to make it so that, in fact, people might even look forward to going on a tour. Going on a tour is not a hardship. There's a flip side to that, of course, when you're the manager, that you realise, hey, we've got a King Crimson tour. I've got this wonderful budget of, I don't know, several £1 million here for this tour. Isn't this wonderful? Oh dear, I have at least several £1 million worth of expenses coming out at the other end. So balancing the books becomes difficult, but we ended up with a band that started in 2013.
Conceived in
2013. First toured in 2014 and toured in 2021, which is by far the longest lived incarnation of King Crimson. So if there is a way, that is what you do.
So here's another way of addressing this question. If you're a touring musician, say over a period of 53 years, what keeps you sane on the road? The music. And if the music is compromised, sanity begins to slip. Michael Giles, in the first King Crimson, had 3 rules of what kept a band working. The first was the music. The second was the sociability, the social factors, if the musicians involved could get on with each other. And the third was the money. And any 2 of them, and the band would keep going. I would add a 4th element to this, which is the aim. What is the shared aim of this group? And in practice, in a group of working musicians, there are likely to be a number of contrasting, even contradictory aims. And as I mentioned earlier, in practical terms, providing the band keeps playing music together, there is a chance that things will keep moving. Now, in terms of my personal practice and discipline on the road, it begins with morning physical stretching, morning sitting, if you like, morning meditation, morning reading and reflection. And conventionally with King Crimson, from 2014 to 21, an important part of my beginning day was the buffet breakfast, where I would sit from 2 to 3 hours and consider the set list for the day. Contrast that with our present touring situations. We have Bus Dismal parked outside the venue. Bus Dismal. It was promised to be of a standard of a last Crimson touring bus upon which we sleep. And on the last tour, I had the Elvis suite. Now, within King Crimson, I am paid as much as the other musicians. To put that slightly differently, the other musicians are paid as much as me. Thank you, madam, on behalf of all the other musicians in King Crimson. If I ask of the other players for the commitment which I bring to bear, I feel they should be paid as much as I am. So, nevertheless, perhaps I'm a first among equals, in which case I get the Elvis suite. So I have a shower at the back of my personal toilet. So you might ask, why are you now on Bus Dismal, and where is the Crimson Tour bus that you had on the last tour? The answer is currently Gavin Harrison is riding in it on the Porcupine Tree Tour. And my current Elvis suite is a room without windows and without natural light.
Painted black.
Painted Black. That's the title of a good song, isn't it? So anyway, how do I stay sane at the moment? Well, the quality of our evenings together, the quality of our audiences. Do the questions bring me to life? The answer is yes. Do I enjoy David's company and his insights? Yes. So this is what makes it possible for me to be sane at the moment. But were you to ask this question tomorrow, you might get another answer.